Let's get him unmuted.
Once again, everyone can unmute themselves if they so wish. Tim, if you don't know how to do that, you got it. Good.
Thank you,
Tim, you're here for both?
No, actually, Nicholas Ling is on for the second one.
Oh, okay. He's going to do the 107 Glades?
Correct. Yep. I've got I got a scout meeting I got to get to. So
you look very good in uniform.
Thank you. My wife disagrees, but
all right. So make a motion to accept the agenda for the meeting of the Board of Health Monday, March 13th, 6 p.m. Also, this meeting is on Zoom and being recorded.
I'll second.
And Karen, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Doug votes yes. All right. Schedule items. Discuss and vote. Private well application, 30 Curtis Road. Brady Consultant representing the homeowner who is requesting a variance of the Scituate private well regulations. So, Tim, if you just want to go ahead and state your name.
Yep, sure. Timothy Bennett, Brady Consulting. And well, I lost my Zoom here for a second here. Just hoping to share my screen.
Okay.
I apologize, I lost it.
Tim, give me 1 second. I'll help you out there in a moment. Give me. All right, Tim, try to go ahead and do that again.
Okay, actually, I minimized Zoom and come on, where are you? I apologize. Oh, this is awkward. I apologize. Close that.
While he's doing that, I believe all the butters have been notified.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, I apologize for that. I got a minimized special something. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
All right.
Screen 2, share. Okay. Excuse me. So property is a single family residence on a half-acre lot. There's the locus. To determine the location of the proposed well, we we obtained the septic and as-built plans from all the properties within 500 feet and plotted them on this existing conditions plan. We then drew a 100-foot buffer around each property, or from each septic system, and determined there was a small area at the front of the lot where we could place the well 100 feet or more from any abutting septic system, which is this small pocket here, which is not hatched. The requested variance is required because placing the proposed well outside of the 100-foot septic setbacks necessitated putting it 11.5 feet from the right-of-way of Curtis Street, which is this heavy dark line here, and 22.9 feet from the edge of pavement of Curtis Street, which is this dashed lighter line here. Excuse me. The regulations specify a required setback of 25 feet from any public or private way, street, or roadway. So I was unsure if this meant the right-of-way or the edge of traveled way, so I felt it prudent to ask for both, for relief on both. Therefore, we're requesting a variance of 13.5 feet of the setback to the right-of-way and 2.1 feet from the edge of the paved traveled way. And as I stated in the variance request, it's our opinion these variances can be granted and continue to protect public health, as the grade and the location of the proposed well slopes toward the street at least a 3% grade. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, and I know DPW has approved, Joan?
Yes, they have no problem with it. There's no sidewalk on that side, so it's not going to really interrupt that. So they were okay with it.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Karen, do you have any, or?
Just the purpose of the well, is it irrigation only?
It is intended to be for irrigation only. However, the regulations don't have a separate category for that. So we did not specify it being irrigation only because there really isn't a way to ask for it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be drilled. So our regulation is for both, actually. So if you have to drill it as if it's being used as drinking water.
that is the intent. However,
Yeah.
you know, but we all know that properties get sold and so on. So.
Okay,
I think-
thank you. That's all
All
I have,
right.
Doug.
Okay, do you want to make a motion?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the variance requested, and they include changing in the setback requirements. The first is the reduction of the minimum required setback distance from 25 feet from a public or private way, street, roadway to 11.5 feet from the public right-of-way of Curtis Street. And the second is the reduction of the minimum required setback distance of 25 feet from a public or private way, street, roadway to 22.9 feet from the paved roadway of Curtis Street.
Okay. I second. And so Karen, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Doug votes yes. So we're all set.
Okay,
Thank you very much for your time.
we will, after the well is drilled, we do need the water lab results.
Yep.
Sent to the Board of Health, and that we do ask that the homeowners respect during droughts that they try to use the well, same as the Scituate people would use theirs, you know, before 9 and after 5, just to save some water. That would be greatly appreciated. We also need an as-built, and we also need the Mass DEP report that the well driller sends, and we need that as well.
Okay, thanks very much. Yep,
Or the
I
well could be used. Okay.
mention that to the homeowner, and most of the interaction will be with the well driller from here on out until we get to the as-built.
Okay.
Thanks again for your time. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Good night.
All right. Second one is discuss and vote septic design hearing 107 Glades Road, Grady Consultant LLC, representing homeowner request of installation of septic system requiring local upgrades and variances.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. I'll do the same. I'll share my screen as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, if you could just state your name and everything.
Of course, my name is Nicholas Ling from Grady Consulting, here on behalf of the McLeods for 107 Glades Road.
Okay.
And as you just said, we've got a septic repair going on here. Let me make sure I get the right screen, which I believe is this one.
And the butters have been notified of this.
Yes, actually, for this meeting in particular, I'm not sure I emailed you a copy of the certified mail slips, but we did re-notify for this hearing as well.
Yeah, I think I got them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome. So we have a very, very tight lot here. As you can see, it's only not even 45 feet wide in the rear. So what we've done is we're proposing a reduced leaching field size and a nitrogen reducing septic tank, a singular model. And we're also requesting relief for groundwater separation. The reason they're both variances as opposed to local upgrades is because for that denitrification, that tank, it specifies specifically we cannot ask for a local upgrade to both groundwater separation and the setback to the salt marsh. So we've got a couple of things going on there that have led us to request the variance relief for this septic system design. We do have this set to maximum feasible compliance based on conservation's requirements as well. We actually already have an approval from conservation and an order of conditions as well. It is pretty close to the property lines, but we've maintained at least 5 feet. I think they get 5.7 to the rear and to the sides. So we are making sure that it is an appropriate distance from the property lines. So again, just to repeat myself, we're looking for relief to the salt marsh, 29 feet rather than the 50. The reduced system size, as well as, let's zoom in on them here for you, as well as a 3-foot groundwater separation as opposed to the 5 feet. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I know it's a tough area. I don't have any. Joan, is there anything else? I mean, I know
No,
everything's been approved.
we're okay with the plan. Everything's on there. It's a really tight space. Conservation has, like you said, approved it. They have their orders. Yeah, there's, you know, it's an upgrade, so they're fixing the system, so it's much needed.
There is an additional personal in the, I don't know if they have anything to add or not, or if they're just a homeowner or a neighbor. I just don't want to leave them out, that's all. Thomas was the name I saw in the participants. Okay, if he doesn't want to, I mean, he can unmute himself, so I just wanted to make sure that anybody in the audience had any comments till they get their chance.
Okay, hearing none. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry about that, everybody. I was trying to unmute as quickly as possible. No, I was just watching this actually for an interested party.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I think, Doug, unless you have any other questions, I think I can make a motion.
No, I'd say let's go ahead and make a motion.
Okay, I'll move to approve the septic repair plan with the local upgrades requested that include the following. The first is the request for the reduction in setback between the SAS and the property line from the required 10 feet to 5.7 feet. The second is the request for the reduction in the setback between the septic tank and the property lines from the required 10 feet to 8.6 feet. The third request for the reduction in the setback PF, the SAS to the cellular wall from the required 10 feet to 8.5 feet. And the requested variances that include, the first is request to reduce the setback location of the soil absorption system to the salt marsh from the required 50 feet to 29 feet. And the request to reduce the required 5-foot groundwater separation to 3 feet.
Okay. So I approve, second it. So Karen, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Doug votes yes. So should be all set there, Nicholas? Unless Joan, you have anything else he needs?
Nope,
or...
we're all set.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nicholas.
All right. Old business.
Seeing none.
All right. New business.
Having none.
Director's report.
Director's report.
Have one.
We have one. So we have 19 plans in the 45-day review, 9 under Concom, 7 under engineering, 19 as-built, and 25 in failure. We are having the mammography van over at the church on April 25th, which is a Tuesday. 10 to 2 is the van. And then I know that I did share with all of you the annual report for 2022. So I thought I would just go over some of the quick highlights on that. We have fully implemented Permit Eyes. Joan and Teresa have done an unbelievable job. They are the techies along with the Permit Eyes people. It's not me, but they've really done a great job. So we're fully implemented in it now. So that's fantastic. It was about 2 years all in all, Joan?
Yeah, this is starting our second year on it. Yep.
So that's really, really good. We gave out over 500 flu shots this year. We've also really worked hard on a new grant that we are part of, the Public Health Excellence Grant. We have already hired, it's a grant we share with Hingham and Cohasset. We've already hired a licensed clinical social worker, and we just hired a nurse that is going to be 25 to 30 hours a week that's going to work within the 3 towns. She just came on this past week or so. So her name's Michaela. She does live in Scituate. We're very, very excited. Hopefully a lot of educational programs, to the residents here. And within that grant, we're also now looking to hire an outreach coordinator to basically help with a lot of the things that people go down to the senior center for, or do they go to the 2 social workers for. I'm having trouble filling out a fuel assistance form, or it's a lot of paperwork forms that they're having issues with. And to have someone there that because to have a licensed clinical social worker, there's someone else that can be doing this for them. So hopefully we put our language together, we put our proposal in to, we actually just got the proposal put together Friday. It went out to DPH. Hopefully they're going to look at it. We, cherry pick the language that they use so that we can hopefully make it fit into the fold. But I think that would be a real great asset if we could pull something like that off. Our COVID numbers are basically the same as they have been. We are seeing an uptick in the assisted living facilities. That's basically where we're seeing it. 2 or 3 cases a day. I know Sunday we didn't have any cases. I can't remember this morning. I just remember it was a 0 on Sunday. But so we are continuing to monitor that. And we do have the parade coming up on Sunday, so that should be a real good event. And we also have a storm coming tonight, tomorrow. It is a classic nor'easter, something Scituate knows very, very well. We're very lucky it's not going to be a huge astronomical tide, but with some of these wind gusts that they're talking, if you live along the shore, be ready, be careful, get your sandbags. Some people should evacuate because they're that close, especially down in the Hummerock area and along Ocean down by that part. So that's about all I have for the director's report.
All right. Any other business?
We do have 3 invoices, administrative invoices. A perk test for $280, another perk test, 2 perk tests for $560, and office supplies for $73.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
And Karen, how do you vote?
Vote yes.
And Doug votes yes. Other than that, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, make a motion to adjourn the Monday, March 13th meeting of the Board of Health.
I'll second and say yes.
Okay, Karen says yes, and Doug says yes. Other than that, everyone have a great night.
Thank you, everyone. Be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You too.
Take care.
Night.
Bye-bye.